It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got a showdown in the NFC South. It's the Saints and the Buccaneers, and it's coming up next.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzy. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go, baby.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And incomplete to open things up. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Trucks over him. And he works free. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Beck. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Good short hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. On 1st down, Carr. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now, Carr again. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Not much there, only a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr throwing the out route incomplete. That's Watkins. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Carr to throw. And the incompletion there, so that breaks a string of 5 straight hookups. It also leads to a 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, they didn't get in the end zone, but pretty good balance there on the opening drive between the run and the pass.
Yeah, I think that was probably what they wanted to get accomplished right out of the gate. Throw the ball with success, run it, of course, to set the tone. So who saw the offensive coordinator's play sheet? Probably wrote himself a little note. Exactly what we wanted to do. Probed it early and got it done.
So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him. 2
yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, Callahan. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off play action, Callahan. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And this is caught by Watkins. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That's how we do it.
The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Back to throw. Callahan. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Looking to throw. Callahan. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line. Every time they go to the bench, you tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Callahan. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guy's getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's off.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. This offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
I do have to admit,
a fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now Carr. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Joe Tryon in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Carr. Looking long for Thomas. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look. Is Howard, the tight end. As he's inside the 40.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, Callahan. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. On second down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Carr now on first down. They shakes him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Calais Campbell. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Throwing on second and long. Carr. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Vita Vea in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. To throw his Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Peyton Turner there on the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Callahan. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Callahan. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Callahan. That's caught by Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Pushes him aside at the 10. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Callahan. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Touchdown! Chris Godwin from 8 yards out. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Koo for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our player spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Carr. This is Lazard with a catch out left. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Carr now to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Chris Godwin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Buccaneers continue to pull away here in this first half. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. Second quarter down on the scoreboard, and you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly they'll be looking to get him even more in the mix this go-around.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To throw again on second down. Carr looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Four yards remain for second down.
Back to throw. Callahan. He finds his man, complete. It's Hampton. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. Antonio Gibson, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looking to throw. Callahan looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Callahan. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our player spotlight. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football, because so far that has not been the case.
5 full sacks against him. Play action. Now it's Carr. That's complete to Lazard.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Now a play fake. Carr. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Carr. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. The Bucs ready to take over once again. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Swift. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Callahan. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 59 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Off the play fake, Callahan. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Callahan. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Off play action. Callahan. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Nick Boyle there to make the grab. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
So, Charles, they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us. To throw on second down, Callahan. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. To throw on third down, Callahan. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
On first down, Callahan. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Here's Swift.
A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
They'll run with Swift.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bucs have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Koo now for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again.
And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Carr. And one more time, that's Watkins.
Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 40 now on second down. Carr.
He'll find Aguara complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Carr completes it, and he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. From the 38, Carr. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Joe Tryon picks up his second sack of the afternoon. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. From midfield, here's Carr.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is. I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The offense on third down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're looking at third and a few inches.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on third and inches.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Running is Swift.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here's Swift.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The Bucs on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Now it's Swift.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st down, Carr. He'll get this to Lazard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Carr. Looking long for Thomas. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And this is caught by Watkins. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd down and 3.
Now Carr again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Carr to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Bring it!
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Gonzalez good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
112 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Hey, check mark 50. Mike is a 50. Check mark 50. Watch the slant.
Now a carry for Swift. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.